Hi, everyone. I'm retired meteorologist Pat Prokop, and today is Saturday, January the 18th, and we have a mild rain currently falling here across the southeast United States, but snow is falling across the eastern Ohio River Valley, and that'll be extending all the way up into the New England states. Off to the north, bitterly cold air in the northern Mississippi River Valley is breaking loose, and it's going to start plunging southward, and then a winter storm is brewing for the southeast United States. We've been talking about that for the last several days for the potential for snow and ice for Georgia, South Carolina, eastern portions of North Carolina, also southern Alabama and Mississippi into Louisiana and eastern Texas. However, the GFS, which has been bouncing around over the last 5 or 6 days on this system, continues to bounce around. So it's backing off a little bit on that, but the other models are still saying, no, you're going to be getting some snow and ice. So keep your eyes on that. But cold weather will prevail all over the eastern 2/3 of the country for all of next week. But some good news here. Warmer weather is on the way. The question is, when's it going to get here? We'll talk about that. But first of all, let's look at the national radar summary. There we're seeing the precipitation across the southeast United States associated with a weak area of low pressure. But that area of low pressure is going to get a little bit stronger as it goes up the coast, and that's going to bring in snow to the mid-Atlantic coastal states up into the New England states. We're already getting some snow there. Looking at the advisories, right now, winter storm warnings are in effect from southern portions of the New England states all the way back into the mountains of West Virginia into eastern Kentucky right now. Over here in the upper Ohio River Valley, lower Great Lakes states, that's a bitter cold, extreme cold warning for that area there. Also, for the upper portion of the country, that is another extreme cold. Now, that area is expecting wind chill temperatures overnight and tomorrow morning into Sunday and Sunday night around 50 below zero. Unbelievably cold in that area there. And here we have a winter storm watch in effect for portions of eastern Texas into Louisiana and Mississippi for the potential for that snow and ice storm. They'll be coming out of eastern Texas by Monday night for them, and then Tuesday and Tuesday night for the southeast United States. All right, let's take a look at the satellite, first of all, view showing that weak area of low pressure right over here along the coast off of Georgia. That's going to be moving northward, spreading snow across the mid-Atlantic coastal states up into the New England states. There is a area right here on the east side of the Rockies that's going to be plunging southeastward. That's a wave in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere, which is going to initiate the low pressure system that will be pulling moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico and streaming it into the southeast United States. In the meantime, the very cold air from the north will be pushing southeastward, and that's going to be merging together along about Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, let's take a look at the forecast models. Here's the GFS right now. As I said, it's been going back and forth all over the place the last several days, and today is no different, I guess, no difference. But here we have the rain falling across the region in the southeast, and then that'll be reinforced with another weak wave overnight, and then more rain falling overnight Saturday into Sunday morning, and then moving off the coast. But that system there then develops into a low pressure off the mid-Atlantic coastal states, dropping moderate to heavy snow across portions of western Virginia into West Virginia. Could be some heavy snow there into Pennsylvania, and then that'll be moving off to the northeast up into the eastern portions of Pennsylvania into New York City, Boston, expecting moderate to heavy snow with this system here as it continues to move off toward the northeast and then moves out of the picture. But here the cold air starts pushing southeastward into Georgia and South Carolina, southern Alabama, and then moisture starts developing out of the eastern portions of Texas, western Gulf of Mexico, and there you can see snow and freezing rain developing across the southern Mississippi River Valley. This is for sunset on Tuesday, and then going into Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. This is sunrise on Wednesday. Now, see, the GFS is backing off on this system. It has some snow Tuesday night into the Georgia and South Carolina areas, but the snow will be not as heavy as it first indicated, and then moving away and then clearing off the coast. But then the cold air also not quite as cold as it has been earlier indicating. But let's take a look at some of the other models, because the ECMWF particularly is showing a different situation here. And it's showing that precipitation in the form of snow and freezing rain much more in depth and much deeper and stronger, moving across Georgia and South Carolina and into North Carolina and southeastern portions and eastern portions of Virginia. And this is for 10 o'clock on Tuesday night. And then going into Tuesday, overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning, expect to see that system. Moderate to heavy snow in some locations, particularly across the eastern portions of South Carolina, extreme eastern Georgia, and eastern portions of North Carolina, and the eastern portion of Virginia into the Delmarva Peninsula, and then moving out to sea. All right, let's take a look at the forecast amount of snow for the next several hours and days. This is for this afternoon, tonight, and tomorrow. You can see that snow that's developing for Sunday into Monday morning across the Mid-Atlantic coastal states up into the New England states, about a half foot, to, in some areas a foot of snow possible with that. And then the system in the southeast starts getting ramped up, and it brings in snow into the Georgia and South Carolina areas and eastern portions of North Carolina. This is based on the ECMWF model run right here. And let's take a look at some of the other models. There's the ECMWF model, the European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, showing the bands of snow across Georgia and South Carolina and into eastern North Carolina. Moderate to heavy snow across southern Louisiana with this system as well. But what about the Canadian model? The Canadian model basically shows the same thing, maybe a touch further north. A little bit warmer air across the southern portions of Georgia into North Florida will keep the precipitation in the form of a moderate to heavy rain across that area. It might be a cold rain, but liquid at that. And then here's the GFS model, and it's really backing off on the snow for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday across the southeast United States. But we have the other issue with that's just the snow. What about the ice? And the ECMWF showing ice across southeastern Georgia, northern portions of Florida, and extreme southeast portions of South Carolina. And then a closer view of this situation shows the band of freezing rain, the potential for freezing rain with the ECMWF's model. And that seems to be the model of choice at the moment. And a little bit closer view of that for Georgia and South Carolina shows a moderate band of freezing rain and sleet across a large portion of south central Georgia, all of southeastern Georgia into southeastern and eastern South Carolina, including the Hilton Head, Bluffton, Hardeeville area of South Carolina, of course, Savannah, and down into Brunswick and Darien, over into Jessup and Waycross in southeastern Georgia, and in and around the Jacksonville area, just north of Gainesville in portions of Florida. All right. Let's take a look at the total precipitation. This is liquid precipitation, and a lot of it's going to be rain across the northern portions of Florida. And this is based on the GFS forecast here, and it shows quite a bit of rain, maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain in portions of North Florida in and around the Jacksonville area. But most of the precipitation in Georgia and South Carolina will be in the form of the snow and ice that we just saw. All right, temperature is the big news next. And right now, those temperatures are very cold off to the north. Still below zero across the northern plains into the upper Mississippi River Valley. There's that wedge of mild air across the southeast United States. Let's put this into motion. There's the high temperatures for Sunday, and stays below zero across the northern Mississippi Valley into almost the Great Lakes states, northwestern Great Lakes states. Milder air across the southeast United States will be chilling down during the afternoon hours, and then dropping down into the upper 20s across southeastern Georgia and southern South Carolina with below zero all the way down into the central plains, and in the single digits in and around New York state and Pennsylvania, up into the New England states, very cold air. These are the minimum temperatures for Sunday night, Monday morning. And then going into Monday afternoon, very cold air continues with temperatures struggling to get above freezing in the southeast, staying below freezing all the way down into the southern portions of Arkansas, and well below zero off to the north into the central plain or northern plains in the northern Mississippi River Valley. These are the high temperatures for Monday. All right, going into Tuesday, again, very cold air across the eastern 2/3, almost 3/4 of the nation. This is for the minimum temperatures on Monday night, Tuesday morning, and then going into Tuesday afternoon. Warming not much into the 30s with the rain coming in the Georgia and South Carolina state, well below zero off to the north, and then the lows on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, very cold in the Great Lakes states to the New England states. Temperatures below zero all the way down almost to the Ohio River Valley with this system here. So very cold air. And it'll be cold in Georgia and South Carolina, eastern North Carolina as well. Even Florida is chilling down into the upper 30s in the orange area, the orange groves in portions of central Florida. So that's going to be cold for them. And then going ahead for the highs on Wednesday only in the 30s across much of the southeast, warming up a little bit to the northeast, but still very cold. But look at this wedge of warmer air off in the middle of the country. That's going to start pushing northeastward as well. And then as we go into the low temperatures for Wednesday night, Thursday morning, back into the teens in Georgia and South Carolina. The record low here in Savannah is 19 degrees on Thursday morning. That was set back in 1960. Forecast low is somewhere around 20 or 21 degrees. And then looking ahead for the day on Thursday, warming only into the upper 30s and lower 40s in this area here. So any snow will be slow to melt if we get the snow, as some of the models are indicating. And then one more map here I think I have. Let's take a look. There it is. The low temperatures for Thursday night, Friday morning, still into the 20s. But now the good news, let's take a look at the forecast for the climate version of the forecast model. This is for next week, which is no surprise. Most of the country well below the normal for this time of the year. These are the values of what is normal and what's called the anomalies, how much they'll be below normal, and considerably high chances for below normal temperatures across most of the eastern portion of the country. But as we go into the week number 2, a little wedge of cold air continues across the southeast and mid-Atlantic coastal states, but warmer temperatures beginning to move into the middle of the country. This is not actual temperatures, but the anomalies, the values above the normal for this time of the year. And then going ahead for week number 3, most of the country getting more mild. Week number 4, very mild across the south, central, and southeast portion of the country, moving into the Great Lakes states, again, compared to what is normal for this time of the year, temperature-wise, and remaining that way for week number 6. All right, going back to my webpage, savannahpat.name, right here in Savannah, Georgia. Looking at the conditions, there's so far my rainfall today is 0.12 of an inch. Expect to see the potential for snow and ice on Tuesday and Wednesday morning, and cold air pouring into the region. We're going to be seeing that with lows dropping into the lower 20s. And then Friday, another rain system comes in, perhaps with the temperatures only in the 40s with the rain chances then. But then, as I mentioned, the extended outlook, we're going to be below normal all of next week. But normal high for our area for this time of the year is about 61 degrees for the high, 40 for the low. But then as we go into February, things warm up considerably. So that's some good news there. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I appreciate all those who have been supporting my channel. I really appreciate that a lot. I'll keep you posted on this rain and snow system for the southeast United States. I usually focus in on Georgia and South Carolina because that's where most of my viewers are located. I wanted to give a broader picture of this system because it covers a broad area of the country, a very strong cold air mass with the potential for that winter storm across the southeast United States. We don't see that too often in our area. So anyway, I guess I can say one thing: stay warm, because that's going to be a challenge over the next several days. And keep an eye on the radars and keep an eye on the sky. I'll see you later. Bye.